Good evening. I am here. It is 12:06 on Sunday, December 14th. I wanted to be here earlier, but I ended up eating dinner and falling into a food coma for a couple hours. So I'm here now. This is like a normal stream time, which is funny because even this is still earlier than I normally stream right now, given how late I usually show up. I definitely want to work on that going forward and trying to get things back in a more balanced spot. But for now, I'm here tonight, and we're going to start the 5th Ace Attorney game. There are things that I could talk about, but I'm going to probably save that for tomorrow night when I do Pokemon. I might do like a ramble then. We'll see. But anyway, it's time. I just thought I loaded up the second game so it would go to that one automatically. Anyway, it is time for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Now you might be wondering, why is it a Phoenix Wright game if this is the Apollo Justice trilogy? And the answer to that is, yes. Yes. So, after Apollo Justice, the series the reception to it was kinda mixed. So, what happened after that was, the team went and made the 2 Edgeworth games after Apollo Justice. So Apollo Justice was 4th, and then we had, not numbered, but the 5th and 6th games were the 2 Edgeworth games, which I've already streamed last year to early this year. After all that, DS was on its way out. 3DS was now the hot new thing. Capcom was like, we need to capitalize on this. We need to make an Ace Attorney game for the 3DS. And they did. So, I guess after a lot of back and forth internally, they decided, let's go back to the point of time that Apollo Justice took place in and continue the story from there. Except let's put the focus back on Phoenix, because clearly he's what people want. People don't want to keep focusing on this Apollo character that barely had any character development in the first game. So, the series' titles pivoted back to Phoenix Wright. And as you can see, Phoenix is kind of back in action here after being a not lawyer in the previous game. And yeah, this game was the first 3DS game before the 2 Great Ace Attorney games came out. It's weird. Like, this is the 5th game, then this is the 7th main game, or without numbers or not. This is the 7th game, and then we had the 2 Great Ace Attorney games, and then we got the 6th mainline game, which I guess would be the 9th game. So the 2 basic Ace Attorney games kind of make up the beginning and the end of the 3DS era, which up to this point is still the newest that the series gets. Like, this is still the last Ace Attorney game, like brand new Ace Attorney game that was made. So it's kind of interesting. Though if Capcom is to be believed, and given what happened at the Game Awards the other day, probably are to be believed, we might be seeing an official Ace Attorney 7 within the next year, if not, sooner than that. Which means I gotta boogie and get these 2 games done, so I have the whole series streamed. So, before I start this, I just want to point out, the plot in this game is kind of like how the 2nd and 3rd Ace Attorney games handle it, and the first Edgeworth game. This is not exactly in chronological order. I'm going to say that Episode 1 takes place a fair bit after 2 and 3. And I think that's pretty much it. Except, you'll notice there's a new, an SP episode here called Special Episode. So both of the 3DS games have a DLC case that you purchased separately. The next game, Spirit of Justice, kind of has the special episode slot neatly into the very end of the story. In this game, though, the special episode actually takes place between cases 2 and 3. So, while I'm not going to break up the way that the mainline story is told, because Episode 1, it's important to get that episode before 2 and 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 1, do 2, then I'm going to do the special episode, then 3, 4, 5. Because in terms of how the story should be experienced, I feel that that's the best way to do it. A lot of people just do the special episode at the end, but for a couple reasons, I don't really agree with that placement, just because it's a little awkward. just based on stuff that happens post Chapter 2. So I'd rather have the special episode fall in where it actually falls on the timeline, while keeping the first episode where it is for maximum impact. The trade-off is that means that there's going to be... Because the special episode's meant to be played standalone, so there's like a lot of like non-plot points that don't really come in to this from the rest of the game. So it's a little weird and disjointed because of that, but I feel it works better. Again, I really just don't want to go to the special episode after finishing the game. The end of the game should be the end of the game. The next game, the DLC case, is better to have last, but not this one. And yeah, that's pretty much covers everything. There's also costumes in this game. We will cover that at some other point, probably in cases 2 and 3. But for now, we're going to just start with the beginning. Hey Kyle, how you doing? Also, as I mentioned, I've been a little under the weather since I got home from vacation. The sore throat is completely gone, so I'm good with voicing stuff. I'm still a little like, you know, mucusy in my throat, so I'm gonna have to clear my throat a bit, but I'm mostly fine now. If anything, this should hopefully loosen up what's left in there and get me back on track, which is good because I've got a lot of voiceover stuff to record. I have 4 auditions and a role, and like a small like role I have to record. So the sooner I get back on my feet, the better here. Anyway, tonight's just going to be case 1. It's, you know, it's as short as most case 1s are. And then we'll do case 2 and 3 next week. Just checking everything here, making sure everything looks good. Doing that thing. Gotta go human mode, as I want to do during Ace Attorney. Personal dual Destinies isn't as Apollo focuses the other 2, yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, the Apollo barely gets focused on at all throughout the entire trilogy. He gets enough by the end of the next game, but definitely he gets shafted in this game pretty hard. Also, hey Jacob, how you doing? How's that for an opener? Courtroom literally getting bombed. That was definitely Capcom's team being like, "This is
our dark times, where
your daddy's Ace Attorney."
To rubble. And it's up to us to restore it to its former glory.
This is also the first game where Sam Riegel played Phoenix Wright, who, as I've mentioned, has now replaced the original voice actor, even in the original collection.
Your target finally decided to make a move. Don't you worry. I've got a trusty new partner on board.
Yep, for people who don't know, this was originally layered animation for parallax function. Yep, this was on the 3DS, and it had 3D cutscenes. Bombs? They duel my destiny till I... Hey, Calzoners, how you doing?
Done.
Good to see you again.
You bet. Let's do this.
She's been with us for half a year, though I can hardly believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
Are you all right, miss?
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
Badass moment where Phoenix is still using the same phone he had 7 years ago, or 8 years ago at this point. I see they let Pokemon trainers be lawyers. So is this a full remake of the 4 games? No, this is the 5th game. Apollo Justice is a new trilogy. It's 4, 5, and 6. So we have slightly more refined Phoenix, now wearing a vest and with a very small cowlick in the front. It was a pleasure to meet you at MFF. Hell yeah. It was great seeing you. In fact, it was like literally a week ago right now. I think like this very moment was the meetup. Central Time was an hour behind, yeah, so it was like 11-ish. So enjoy that, because that's as badass as Apollo looks this entire game. Episode 1, Turnabout Countdown. The best thing about bombs is how they erase and destroy without discretion. Now all I have to do is pin everything on that little girl. Yeah, it was a fun weekend. Man, I miss being there. December 17th, 9:22 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5. I can't remember, is this still 2027 or 2026, or is this now 2027, so it's like a whole year later? I don't know. Real talk, this is not how bombs work. Yeah. I'm in the hospital because holy shit, is that humanoid Macaw? Yeah, it is. Hey dummy, how you doing? Nope. Not feeling nervous at all. It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even a tense atmosphere like this is no biggie. You doing okay, Athena? Oh, Apollo. Yeah, doing great. Like hum a little tune great. Oh yeah? Well, that's good to hear. Although, could have sworn I heard your voice crack for a second there. Oh no, that was me. My voice has been cracking since I got home. Oof, I'm that transparent, huh? Cracking? No, my voice isn't cracking. Nerves of steel here, I tell ya. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo is the lead for the defense in this case, but I'm going to be there at the bench with him, doing what I can do to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend Junie. Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really did a number on you. I'm just happy you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm going to see to it that Juniper's name is cleared. And I'm sure you feel very much the same way. You got that right. Won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of all suspicion. Apollo. Athena. Not even case 1, the game is already debunked. Wow. Hey, Robo Bunny. Thank you for doing this for me. Junie! Hey, are you okay? Sorry about that. I always seem to get into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. This kind of thing never happens. At home in the forest, though. She lives in the forest. I could still lawyer with third-degree burns, yeah. This is Juniper Woods. She's my dear, dear childhood friend, and she's also our client for this case. The news keeps repeating that Junie is the alleged bomber. But that's ridiculous. There's no way she would do anything like that. I brought you a little snack, Athena. Just a little something from my garden. Hey, thanks. So, is this an orange or, tangerine? It's an orange. My grandma says that orange is the color of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength for the trial, right? Oh, Junie, you're always so good to me. Jeez, look at me, standing here clutching an orange to my chest with tears in my eyes. Well, don't you worry. We'll be so powerful in there, they won't know what hit them. Right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. Come what may, we just can't lose this case. Apollo! It's one trial we just can't lose. Okay. Did she just use a little sunflower pollen, a common cause of coughing fits when inhaled in constant, as an inhaler? Yes. Apollo! Blood is seeping through his bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. All this time, he was really trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. Mr. Justice. Huh? The trial's about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom. What? Now? But Apollo's in no state to defend. I have to defend Juniper. What are we gonna do? The trial's about to start with or without us. There's only one other option I could think of at a time like this. But even if I called him now, he'd never get here in time. No, wait, there's something else I can do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case. Huh? What are you going to do? Bailiff? Yes, miss? The defense would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Dina? You're not seriously. You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. All by yourself? Athena, stop for a second. Think about what you're saying. You've never once taken on a case alone before, right? No way problema. I can handle it, I think. But I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you really be okay with me taking over? I don't know what you just said there, but it sounded like would you be okay with me taking over? So, sure. I believe in you, Dina, and that's enough for me. You're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out of my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench now, so you'll just have to leave it to me. When Apollo's in battle, Athena takes over at the lawyer bench. Leave it to me. Alright, I could see your mind's made up anyway. I hate it that I can't be there, but I know you'll give your utmost to defend Juniper. You bet I will. Rest assured of that. Why was Apollo in the wrecked courtroom? My name is Athena Sykes. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. It'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. But I have to do this. And I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie. December 17th, 9:46 a.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 5. Day 1. Court is now in session. All rise! Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Wood. Somehow I'm still alive after all this time. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. Uh-huh. And what is the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be my opponent today. Monkey face, remember? Yes, well, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue. I see, I see. Not at all surprised he used that as an excuse to run away. With me as an adversary, who wouldn't want to feign illness in order to escape? What? The nerve of that guy! I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. Well, I would if I wasn't so nervous. Ah, this arrogant jerk. You arrogant jerk! No, Widget! Is my hearing getting worse? Could have sworn I heard the defense say something just now. No, you didn't hear anything at all, especially not from me. Monkey? No, Apollo makes his face when he's shocked. So that looks like he literally looks like a monkey when he does it. I pointed that out a lot during the last game. How odd. I could have sworn I also heard something. Oh, that would be my indispensable partner, Widget. He sometimes blurts out what I'm thinking. Well then, if that's the case, then it's a clear contradiction of what you just stated. A contradiction? You just stated that you said nothing. However, if that device of yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said I was, what was it? Elegance at work? Actually it was arrogant jerk. At any rate, what does it matter if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey facing me? No fresh out of law school rookie can defend this witness.
Mr. Payne, I believe that's enough. Let us get back to the case.
Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this title. I'm more than ready to show this little girl why they call me the Rookie Humiliator. I knew it. He really is an arrogant jerk. Arrogant jerk.
Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I'll remove you from this court.
I'm very sorry. It's just a little knee-jerk reaction. The only contradiction here is that he needs to shut the fuck up. Yeah, exactly.
Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now then, the incident occurred yesterday here at this very courthouse in courtroom number 4. At that time, the trial for a certain bombing was being held in courtroom number 4.
Ah, yes, I was presiding over that trial as well. I remember it like it was yesterday. And Mr. Justice was there as the lawyer for the defense.
A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during the trial. It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life. Looks like someone who could be found in the 18-plus corner of the anime figure store. Maybe.
But there was in fact one death, was there not?
That is correct, Your Honor, when courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast. The body of Detective Candice Arm was discovered. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial.
I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times myself before I was able to escape.
I've seen prosecutors that look just like him, sans the hair. So that would just be regular Payne then. Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter robes. Victim's body was found near the entrance to the courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide the others out safely. Your Honor, allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about the bomb. Arm's autopsy report added to the court record. Cause of death, trauma to back of head, caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death between 8 and 11 a.m. Stuffed animal bomb. Time bomb that destroyed the courtroom. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. Candice Arm fit around my cot. Yeah, exactly. I mean, she can disarm. Because she's a bomb removal expert. Oh, I can't even do the court record yet. It actually won't let you open it until you see the tutorial for it. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filed in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just use R. I better take a peek later. Oh yeah, I actually wasn't down there until I got that line. My brand new shiny badge. It shows I'm a defense attorney. You can't actually, examine everything here. Apollo Justice, age 23, another lawyer at the office. He's passionate about the law and hates anything that's not fair or just. Juniper Woods, age 18, our client in this case. We've been friends since childhood. A sweet girl who loves nature. Gasp in pain. The prosecuting attorney. He just seems to exude unpleasantness. So, you'll notice that's not actually the same Payne we've faced off against multiple times now. That was Winston Payne, as in he was wincing in pain. This one is gasping in pain. Candice Arm, age 27, the victim in this case, a detective who was heading up the investigation into a bombing incident.
Now then, please call the accused witness to the stand. Defendant, are you feeling all right? You're looking a bit pale.
I'm so sorry. I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse. But I'm all right. Junie's really giving it her all. I better make sure I do the same. Okay, the victim's hair, though, on point. Yeah. It's a good... It's, is that what they would call a pixie cut? It's very, very straight. Honestly, one of the least ridiculous hairstyles in this game. Or in this series. If we could please proceed. Your name and occupation, defendant. Juniper Woods. I'm a high school student. Mr. Woods, will you wear wigs? Miss Woods, can you confirm that you were in the courthouse on the day in question? Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Dina. And so, I was there yesterday to watch his trial and lend my support. Something's wrong. Junie's really scared. Did you know I'm also known as the Defendant Humiliator? Looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned that moniker. Does his arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Junie no matter what. Hey, you arrogant Prosecutor Payne. What is it? Do you want to demonstrate why I'm known as the Rookie Humiliator instead? Deep breaths, Athena. Don't let him get to you. Prosecutor Payne, Junie is telling the truth. Mr. Justice also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said that he was glad to get the lotus root you gave him, too. He was? My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. She says they can even help you see into the future. They can? That's a perfect present for a lawyer. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them.
A sweet, meek girl like this, blowing a courtroom to bits. I must say, it's very hard to believe.
Objection!
Now, Your Honor, don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant had a motive for committing this crime. That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that does is her objective was the destruction of courtroom number 4 itself. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that? That's a very good question coming from a novice such as yourself. I forgot to breathe. But first, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges? What? Oh, why, yes. Yes, I have. And did that experience cause you to harbor a grudge against the court system?
Objection!
Relevance. Now wait just 1 minute. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing things up, then every one of our clients would turn into bombers.
That's a valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land. Could you imagine a world without lawyers?
That's like the everyone dancing. I can see the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment against the courts. But Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. Decisive, huh? I'll believe it when I see it. It involves a very unique aspect of the bomb itself, Your Honor.
And what exactly is so unique about it?
Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer that question? Huh? Me? I noticed that you appear to be very nervous, and well, gentleman that I am, I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence with such an easy question. Could he be any more condescending? Really? What a thoroughly unpleasant man. L is for loser. Humph, what did it just say? Nothing. Not a single thing. Now let's see, what was I supposed to do at a time like this? Oh, I know, the court record. The information I need is somewhere in there.
Alright, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. What was so unique about the bomb that blew up the courtroom? Was it because it was inside a stuffed animal?
In Apollo's briefcase, in the judge's pocket. I'm very tempted. You know what? There's no penalties right now. Let's do this. The bomb was in Your Honor's pocket.
Miss Sykes, what in Sam Hill are you talking about?
Well, I tried to picture myself as the bomb. If I was in your pocket, you'd surely bring me into the courtroom naturally.
The only thing in my pockets are pictures of my grandchild. I would hardly have a bomb in there.
No, of course not. That would be silly now, wouldn't it? I think I'd better take another good look at the court record. Let's see, I believe it was because it was in Mr. Justice's briefcase?
Don't tell me you intend to claim it was Mr. Justice who committed the bombing.
What? No, of course not. I just thought maybe he brought it into the courtroom by mistake?
What kind of person makes a mistake like that?
What in the world am I blathering on about? Mr. Payne, what kind of simpleton do you take me for, even though I said the wrong answer twice? It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior. By the way, if you want to see every wrong answer in this entire series, check out Ephraim225's series on YouTube. Because he has done videos on every single game's wrong answers. Also, hey Derek, thank you for the raid. How y'all doing tonight? Did I shout out the wrong channel? Oh, I must have put a space in there. There we go. Thank you so much for that shout out. Yeah, no problem. I mean, you did such a great, like, you did so much work putting all that together for every single game in the series that it really deserves to be seen if people want, just, you know, want to see every possible wrong answer in the series. It's great. Anyway, hello Raiders. I am Michael Macaw, variety streamer and PNG tuber. I'm usually not a human. I'm just a human during visual novels. And tonight we are starting the first case of Ace Attorney 5, Dual Destinies. Who's Derek streaming tonight? Oh, Claire Obscure, nice. I'm sure a lot more people are going to be streaming that, playing that in the coming weeks. Unfortunately, I don't think I have time for it. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior. Very good. Have a cookie. The bomb that went off in the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal. There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? I am fine, just like I said from the start. I can do this.
Yes, as I recall, the bomb was inside a stuffed animal the whole time. Never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does this impish elephant have with the defendant?
The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence, which I have here.
And what, pray tell, is this? It appears to be a little singed.
It's a tale, Your Honor, the tale of a poor victim of the explosion.
This is incredible. Are you saying that this is Detective Arm's tale?
Your Honor is so very close, but no, it belongs to the stuffed animal. It's called the Phony Fanty, a rather unpleasant name if you ask me. I should make an elephant PNG tuber.
He's the mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not?
Exactly. His motto is phony evidence is just trunked up. That's so wrong on so many levels. The Phony Fanty's tail is made of vinyl cloth, and we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints. What? The Phony Fanty provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. Here, I got you new people. Insert super cool big bird spell here. I'm pretty sure people from Derek's channel have seen the bird before. He's rated me out a couple times. Actually, wow, it's really weird how much smaller that looks compared to the human tuber, just because the human tuber is so much taller. But I mean, this is still the biggest it goes. But now you can't read the text behind me, so I can't keep this up like that. Also, if you missed it on Wednesday, there's now a Miltank tuber too, for when I do Pokemon. It clearly proves that the accused handled the bomb. Eep! Still really bad at the reactions. That doesn't make any sense. Why would Junie's fingerprints be on it? Also, you like the now when the crowd is like murmuring, it's like a 3D camera pan shot. That looks so like that was there just to look impressive on the 3DS. Like you crank up the 3D and you get all that depth while it's moving, and it's Capcom just like kind of stroking their ego and being like, hell yeah, look what we did. To be fair though, if there is a company that manages to pull the most out of Nintendo systems, it's Capcom. If you have never seen like Resident Evil Revelations, you know, you could get that in HD on almost every console now. But it was originally on the 3DS, and it looks amazing on a 3DS. Like, you'd be surprised how good that game looks for a 3DS game. Capcom, like, did some magic on that game to get it to look that good. Same with Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch. You would not think a game of that style would, like, run well, but it does. And again, it looks gorgeous. Capcom, they got wizards working in their departments, let me tell you. It's gonna pull Danganronpa and make us get super attached to someone just for them to actually be a shitty person. I mean, that's kind of a few Ace Attorney games. No, not really though. We already know, we're already very well aware that Juniper is not the bad guy here.
That does appear to be pretty irrefutable evidence. The court accepts it into evidence.
Phony fancy tale added to the court record.
Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this?
I don't understand. How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any plausible explanation to refute this decisive piece of evidence? The piece of the stuffed animal the bomb was inserted to. The defendant's fingerprints were found on it.
Well, I can't do it. I can't think of a single thing. But I better come up with something, for Junie's sake.
If you can't produce an answer, we could always go straight to the ruling if you prefer.
No, I have to say something fast. Oh no. I can't get my voice to work. Why now, of all times? I thought I overcame this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court.
Man, I forgot how quick this section goes. Look, a young judge.
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection! Why, it's you.
Were you just standing outside the courtroom waiting for Payne to make that remark?
Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Apollo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in his place. Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time on my own. Oh, I don't know. I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. At least you didn't fail before you got to the first cross-examination. And you hung in there, giving me enough time to get here. Let's turn things around. You got it, boss.
Oh, look who showed up out of the blue. It isn't Mr. Phoenix Wright. You always manage to surprise me.
Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling. But I believe there's still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal's tail? How was the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made.
You're absolutely right. Let us continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne?
None at all, Your Honor. Miss Woods looks like she's having a really hard time. Junie's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself. Because of yesterday? Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her. Poor thing. And here she is, back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby.
Given the defendant's condition, very well, I grant special permission.
You go get some rest, Junie, and leave the rest to us. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this. Phoenix Wright. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
It's been a while, Mr. Payne.
You're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gaspin Payne. I am the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne.
What? Long-standing rival? When were we ever rivals, let alone long-standing?
You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met with at your hands. Did he, like, die? Like, they don't really ever mention what happened to Winston. Looks like this royal pain is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant as the other. Your Honor, the prosecution would now like to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as to how the accused detonated the bomb in the courtroom.
Very well. Please call your witness, Mr. Payne.
Alright, I have no idea how I'm going to do this voice.
Witness, your name and
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Witness?
Royal Pain. Pain. I like him. Ha. Name, Ted Tonate. Occupation, bomb disposal specialist.
Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have.
Well, okay. There we go. Thank you, Judge, for saying that. Speech synthesis via typing. It is the same as me talking. He sounds exactly like a robot.
Can't you speak in a normal manner?
I can.
He can?
But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure, speaking. Greater than, typing. Understand?
What an odd witness.
Mr. Tonate was in charge of the bomb for the trial and was there when it went off.
Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim?
Negative. I first met the girl while on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim.
Shocked?
I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body.
So he was the first to discover the body, was he?
He's here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion.
Very well, the court will hear Mr. Tonate's testimony. But at the very least, show this court some respect and remove that face guard, witness.
He sees in 3D. Get it? Because it's our first 3D game. So he has red and blue goggles. When the bomb went off. The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name HH3000, operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down.
So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched on?
Precisely. Activating the timer is very simple. 1. Connect wires. 2. Switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I'm sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright. Look at that shit-eating grin he's got right there. Hello, Mr. Explosion Man. Hey, Merc, how you doing? I guess this makes you the blue monkey in this barrel of fun, boss. I'd now like to begin my cross-examination... Huh?
Mr. Tonate, what is that?
HH3000, aka a bomb.
A bomb? Oh my god, JC, a bomb.
What? A bomb?
Great googly moogly!
Yar!
Mr. Tonate, I demand that you disarm it this instant.
Doing well? Nice. Disassembly complete. 5.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds short of my personal best.
Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know.
This is an exact replica of the HH3000. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equals success. Explosion equals failure.
An exact replica of the bomb that exploded, is it? So that's what it looked like.
Bro, what the fuck? I submitted a photograph of the real bomb taken just before the trial. December 16th, 8:56 a.m. Okay. Dimensions: 10 inches height by 10 inches width by 10 inches depth. Weight: 12 pounds. A perfect replication.
Your bomb does appear to be a very good copy, indeed.
Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It is a very puzzling wiring setup. It is regrettable I could not replicate it.
Witness, that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here.
HH3000 bomb updated in the court record. Can be detonated remotely. Who's rigging bombs on your birthday? It's your birthday? Oh, 12/16 was your birthday. Which is 2 days from now. Hey, happy birthday.
And now if the defense will begin their cross-examination... Where's Miss Sykes gone to?
Athena, you could come out now. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work. Guess you were pretty scared, huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. She was about to bolt. Hey, put a sock in it, Widget.
As transparent as ever. Now let's see, where were we? We were at the cross-examination.
Oh, cross-examination, of course.
She seems disoriented. Wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask Athena if she remembers how to cross-examine to help her focus.
Better ask.
Athena, you remember how to conduct a cross-examination, right?
What? Of course I do. What kind of lawyer would I be if I didn't?
Now, don't get upset. But what do you say to humoring me with a little review?
You got it. Basically, examine a witness's testimony and compare it against the court record, searching carefully for any inconsistencies. This green text represents a witness's testimony. We can use L stick to advance to the next statement of their testimony, and L stick to go back to their previous statement. Paying close attention to the testimony, we should keep an ear out for anything strange, and be prepared to present our case via the court record. The court record contains information on all the evidence we have at our disposal. We could use it to look for facts that conflict with what the witness said, and present any counter evidence we find to refute their statement.
What if nothing conflicts with the witness's testimony?
Well, that's when we press L the witness for more information. Find any inconsistencies or lies in the testimony and reveal them to the court. That's what cross-examination's all about.
Looks like you remember it just as I thought. And it was a nice refresher course for me, of course.
My detailing this OC's closed for no reason, yes. Am I ever going to do it again? No. What? If you can't find any contradictions, and you flub up too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help. Press X when the option to consult with me appears. I'll let you know where I think the suspicious statement is.
Sounds good. Stop tripping over your words. I'll be counting on you if I get in a bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time.
Professional voice actor Michael Macaw trips over his own words. When the bomb went off,
Hold it!
You say that you disarmed the bomb, but are you really sure it was disarmed?
Absolutely. I can disarm anything
in a flash.
That looks more like dismantled than disarmed to me.
Oh, pardon me.
Let's see, is there any chance you could have forgotten to disarm the bomb? Impossible. I do not make mood entry mistakes like that.
They say to err is human. Although the jury is still out on this guy.
You must know, Mr. Wright, according to the court's own records, the fact that the bomb had indeed been disarmed was officially confirmed.
Guess I could rule out the possibility that he forgot to disarm it. Will you talk about the bomb in a little more detail for the court, Mr. Tonate?
Certainly.
Hold it!
What was the approximate size and weight of the bomb?
Alright, we already knew that. This information is also written on the photograph. Pain, why is it that whenever you show up you expect that you always have the tackiest hairstyles? Well, this is a different Pain. This is Gaspin Pain. Prosecuting attorney, the younger brother of another prosecutor I know. This one lacks presence too. Young rookie lawyer at our agency. She's also our client's friend, age 18. Oh, they changed all these to match Phoenix now. A young lawyer at my agency. He was injured in the courtroom bombing. Kind-hearted girl who loves nature. She apparently lives in a forest. Victim in this case, a detective who was heading up the investigation into a bombing incident. Police bomb specialist. He was in charge of handling the bomb that exploded in the courtroom.
Ah, yes, here it is, on the back. According to this, the case is made out of an alloy plating 5/16 of an inch thick. That certainly sounds like one thick and very heavy bit of metal.
Bet if I dropped that thing on your foot, you'd be hopping.
If you dropped that thing anywhere, I'd be hopping for the nearest exit. Very well, I believe the court has heard enough about the bomb itself. So, Mr. Tonate, you were keeping an eye on the bomb? Where were you watching it from?
Hold it!
Why are you in the gallery? My duties may have been over for the moment, but I wanted to keep watch. Even though the bomb was disarmed, you can never be too careful. Explosive devices are very dangerous things. How admirably responsible of you. A model to be emulated. I practice disarming bombs every day. I practice assembling them, too. The disarming part I get, but assembling them? Well, I'll have you know that I practice presenting evidence every day myself. I see, but do you ever practice having evidence presented to you? Presented to me? What? No, Then you cannot very well call yourself a professional yet, can you? That does it. I'm gonna start practicing having evidence presented to me every day. You better drink some coffee, boss. We're pulling an all-nighter. I don't think that will be necessary, or worth either of our time. So, Mr. Tonade, what did you witness from the gallery?
Hold it!
You saw it counting down clearly with your own eyes? I'd hardly think a timer as small as that one could be seen from the gallery. These goggles help me see very small things clearly from very far away. I can even see what you had for breakfast by looking at your tie. Why do I suddenly feel like a bug under a magnifying glass? Best way to know how to take something apart is to put it together yourself, true. Guess it's possible he saw the timer if he was wearing those goggles. Not so sure. Something that just doesn't sit right with me. I don't think I follow. The bomb was completely hidden inside the stuffed animal. So well concealed, in fact, that it didn't even look like a bomb at all. So you're trying to find testimony that conflicts with the evidence, right? That's right. Listening carefully to Mr. Tonate's testimony is just the first step. After that, it's a matter of taking a look at any evidence that seems relevant. Remember that you'll open the court record when you go to present something. If you find evidence that conflicts you find evidence that conflicts with the testimony, present it. Let's see. This testimony is about when the bomb went off. So I think the state it was in at the time would be pretty important. Bomb that didn't look like a bomb because it was inside a stuffed animal, huh? So we saw bomb's timer was counting down, but the bomb was not visible.
Objection!
I mean, they spelled this one out for you, so... So you say you saw the bomb's countdown, is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. And I say that you are clearly lying. What are you talking about? There's no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Tonate, how could you claim to know the bomb was about to go off when you couldn't even see the timer? What? No! That does seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this? Sorry, I'm just checking something real quick. I also should probably grab another drink because I already ran out of hydration here. Well, Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You found a contradiction right off the bat. Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, a secret. Whatever it is, it's up to us to dig it out. And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss? Now the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Tonate? Well, let me see. No, there must be some mistake. Oh, yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound. Sound? What sound? When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. This is the sound of the bomb counting down. A beeping noise, you say? I suppose it would be possible to notice that even with the bomb inside the stuffed animal. I simply made a mistake. My bad.
Objection!
How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for the sound of a bomb's timer is an integral part of my work. I constantly undergo training that I will never miss it. So that I will never miss it. I don't think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away.
What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solemn mission that I put my life on the line to perform. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer? It's not like disassembling a toaster, you know. Now he's just showing off. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only thing tiny here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know. And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, are you? Or perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Tonate did not hear the sound? Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods. That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tonate happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. What's this now? It happened before the trial started. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. He brought the bomb to the lobby for the defense. Bomb equals evidence. The lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get at the bomb, Miss Woods was already there in the lobby. Her goal was surely to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch. The remote switch? Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh. Detective Arm and Specialist Ted Tonate, yep. Detective Candace Arm has been missing ever since the incident. Switch that starts the time bomb's countdown. It was stolen just before the blast and is now missing. I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the transport case, while they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendant then used that remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer.
Objection!
How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby? Also, fun little fact here. See that little finger wag that Phoenix does when he points now? So in the DS versions of the original trilogy, he did not do that. He just pointed. But in the GBA version of the original trilogy, he would do that finger wag in like the old sprites. It's interesting that they kind of removed it when they re-released the games, and now they re-added it in when they brought the series into 3D.
Objection!
It's a weird little thing. The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside of the case was in that lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than Mr. Tonate could have opened that case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. And I have the only key that can open the case. The case Tonate and Detective Arm transported the bomb in. Tonate has the key. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb. Ah, the tail! 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints as their trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage. It appears we'll have to hear from the defendant herself once more. I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. I would like to recall Miss Woods to the stand. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright? I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, not sure I want to make Athena mad. I can read your feelings, you know, boss. Guess there's no hiding from her, huh? Don't worry, I know we need her testimony. But if anybody picks on her again, they'll pay. Guess she's already at anger level 1. Don't worry, I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there is just one more thing. Mr. Wright, is it? Me? Yes? Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. This guy's hiding something. I just know it. Now, if you will excuse me. Bailiff, please go to the lobby and bring back the defendant. Junie. Hi, Thena. She looks even worse off than before. Don't worry, Junie, we're here for you. Thanks, Thena. I'll do my best, too. You blew up the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, correct? No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you. I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary.
Objection!
What an impudent little girl. Stop acting innocent and tell us the truth. This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it. That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was, isn't that right? Having detonate as part of your name pun in a bomb case is also highly suspect. Well, it's just what he was destined to do: disarm bombs, or maybe detonate bombs. Yeah. One moment here. Okay, that's not a message I need to read. Why would his partner have the pun can disarm? I don't know. They never met each other. It was just pure coincidence. Mr. Wright, can I go give that prosecutor a smack? What? Of course not. You have to review the courtroom manners 101 again. Can't let a creep that bullies innocent girls like this get off so easily. Haven't forgotten about how we treated you. Don't worry about me. Just help Junie. Her heart's crying out. She's so scared. So very scared. Looks like Athena's picking up something with her heightened sense of hearing. That's right. We're getting another lawyer at the Wright & Company law offices that has bullshit perception powers. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of Miss Wood's heart. Don't deny it. You stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you?
Objection!
Your Honor, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant. Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. Next one gets smell-o-vision. Yep, Ace Attorney 7. We're gonna get the green attorney. We have red, blue, and green. We have red, blue, and yellow. We're gonna get green in Ace Attorney 7. And their special ability is that they could smell the BO on people when they start getting nervous in court. Like how we saw Spark Brussels' pit stains at the end of Apollo Justice. Only it's gonna be like a very detailed version of that, and it's going to make everyone uncomfortable, and the game's going to sell 10 lawyerian copies. I don't know. But don't you know, Your Honor, there is no more gentleman in this world than I. Not true. Professor Layton exists in this world. As if a gentleman or even a gentleman would behave like he does. Don't let that rude ruffian win. Ina. How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know I attend a manners class every Saturday. It's part of my court-ordered treatment. I'm more than just a mere gentleman. I'm a genteel man. Not when you're terrorizing a young lady or not. I'd demand my money back from that manners class if I were you. Ugh. I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but it is pretty funny. Mr. Payne, that will be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off. The taste attorney will be Bucciarati. Or Bucciolati, depending on the translation. Objection. Speculation. Leading witness. Yeah. When the bomb went off. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off, and rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. Junie's clearly in pain, being forced to recall the bombing like this. She can't even get her words out. This isn't going to work, so what now? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we could listen to what's inside her heart. Yes, now's the perfect time to use Athena's power.
You could hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Miss Wood's heart? Yes, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared. I think she could collapse at any second. Athena has a unique ability, you see, because that's everyone in my law office needs one. With her finely tuned sense of hearing, she could hear the words of a witness's heart. In essence, she could sense how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use the analytical psychology you studied, and listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart. That's right, it's Kingdom Hearts now. Okay, boss, I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I put all that effort in studying analytical psychology. Let's do this. Anyway, you would think that her power boils down to just listening to the testimony and being like, oh, you're harboring a sadness here. No, we have to incorporate technology into this shit. So your holographic thingamabob could show us how Miss Woods is feeling, right? In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on just now while listening to her testimony, I can enter all of that in a widget and use the mood matrix to analyze them. These mood markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions. When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by a memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprised marker will let us know. Those are the 4 emotions, red, blue, green, and yellow. Which is why we're getting the green layer in the next game. So with your special ability in Widget's Mood Matrix program, we could track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology. Yep, now let's give it a shot. Picking up on some kind of discord or noise in Junie's heart. She swallowed a computer. Noise level 100%. Oh, so her world ends with you now. See here? This is what the noise looks like in the Mood Matrix. Super Princess Peach Thena. Instead of the Vibe one, it's the Vibe widget. It's a result of an inconsistency between her testimony and her feelings. If we could pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop. Okay, it's time to listen to Miss Wood's true testimony. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off. And rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. I think I have a good grasp on Junie's emotional state now. This power of Athena's is incredible. I'm seeing an unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the content of her testimony. What? Already? Look at this. When she says it fell on top of me, the happy marker is reacting. Oh, look at that. That is odd. Huh. There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint it, and then select the unexpected emotion or reaction from the 4 mood markers with A. Press the pinpoint button. It's the unexpected emotion. Wait, what? Oh, it's auto-highlighting it, okay.
Got it!
Widget is registering joy when Miss Woods recalls the rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Mr. Woods, Miss Woods, as the rubble was falling, was there also something that made you feel happy? What? Mr. Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this point, and I bet Junie will start to calm down. Great, let's hear what she has to say. And the judge is like, why am I allowing this in my courtroom? What the fuck? Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled that I tripped. And then rubble started falling on top of me. I really thought I was done for. But just then...
Apollo came and rescued me. Apollo? He used his own body to shield me from the rubble. So that's when he sustained those injuries. How do you feel, Junie? Did talking about Apollo give you some courage? Yes, Apollo is just like the sun, strong and bright and warm. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. I like how the buttons on her shirt are acorns. I just noticed that. And see, your coughing stopped all of a sudden. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Thena. Looks like we're able to draw out some new testimony. Pretty neat, huh? There's still some noise left, meaning there must still be some discord in Junie's heart. Guess we'll have to keep going then. Let me input the new information and update the mood matrix, and we'll be good to go. Remember what to do, right? When I find an unexpected emotion, I should first pinpoint it. That's right, and when you select it, then you select it from the mood markers with the A. If we could find the reason for the discord in her heart, then we should be able to draw out even more new testimony. Info update. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Reduction O2 begin. Before I could get away, the bomb went off. So startled okay, let's see this. Info update. But then Apollo came and rescued me. Well, now she's feeling sadness when she says that.
Got it!
Don't think there's any penalties for fucking these up. You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you? Yes, I was really happy. But was there also something you felt sad about at that same time? Sad? The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness, too. Oh! I think it's probably because of Bumrap Riney. Bumrap Riney. Bumrap Riney? Well, what do you know? Something new. That's right, I brought my stuffed animal, Bumrap Riney, to watch the trial with me. Bumrap Riney and Phony Fanty are brothers. Who knew that the legal world could inspire a whole line of merchandise? Don't you remember the Blue Badger Phoenix? Still around. I had Bumrap Riney with me while I was watching the trial, but it wasn't until Apollo saved me that I realized I'd lost him as I was running away. My poor Riney, victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know, you could see what he looks like in this poster. It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges. Phony Fanty and Bumrap Riney, huh? Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros? This is just KH3D. Man, I want to play more Kingdom Hearts. Oh, that's another series I want to stream. Maybe I'll stream that next month if I have downtime. Mr. Wright, I don't sense any discord in Junie's heart anymore. Guess that means we managed to draw out all of her testimony. That's right. I'll just make an update with the new info and we'll have the whole picture. So do you think her new testimony will help? Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So Bumrap Riney was in that courtroom when the bomb went off. Now that we know that, it changes the meaning of that other piece of evidence. All I have to do is present it at the right statement. I was watching from the gallery with Bumrap Riney. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get out of the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped. Then the rubble started falling. I thought I was done for. But then Apollo came and rescued me. That's Junie's complete testimony. Not bad, huh, Mr. Wright? Should focus on the new statements Miss Wood made. The existence of Bumrap Riney should turn things around in our favor. Changes the meaning of a certain piece of evidence we already have. All we have to do is present it at the right statement.
Objection!
Obviously. Miss Woods, I know this trial has been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are without a doubt innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints were found on wasn't that of Phony Fanty. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bumrap Riney.
Objection!
What? What nonsense is that? I could see they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino. They're as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor.
But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law. Even elephants and rhinos have some similar characteristics.
They are both gray, for example.
Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may direct the court's attention here, you'll clearly see how the two got mixed up.
Take that!
Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals. Oh yeah, the tail on that. I actually thought the tail was different, but no, they're both two different tails. Two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals, but the design of their tails is exactly the same. Ah! Considering the unbridled aggression many prosecutors have in the series, I think they've lost the plot. Order in the court! As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bum Rap Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsustained. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne?
Oh, yes, of course, Your Honor.
Ooh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You turned things right around. Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well, let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. Or is it? No, it isn't. December 17th, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 5. That was so exciting, boss. We did it. True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment. True to form? Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Thank you for everything you're doing. You did great, Miss Woods. You really struck it out. Stuck it out. Not just didn't strike out, whoa. And you got really brave at the end, just when we needed you most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Dina. Really? Thanks. So be honest, was I any help at all? Of course. Without you, we would have never gotten out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I still have a lot to learn, but you could bet I'm going to give it my all. I'll be so good one day that you'll call me your partner. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology. The ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? Good question. Almost forgot about him. I assume he'd still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4. Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion? When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bum Rap Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape before the blast. And then... Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so he went to take a look together. Huh. Guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5? Yes, I'd had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though. With all those injuries, wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence? Anyway, we better go and get him. Good idea. I forgot about this scene here. So yeah, I think this is the only first case in an Ace Attorney game that takes place over 2 days. December 17th, 12:11 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today. Come on, I know you're... No.
And that's how the Apollo Justice story ends, with him dying at the beginning of the first case. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get another drink. I need to hydrate here. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
And I'm back. Sorry, if I had known I needed 2 drinks, I would have... Because I started drinking the other one before the stream started, which wasn't a smart move. But I'm back. I was gone for, what, like a minute, 2 minutes? We're going to resume here. Okay, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Okay. Oh, turn the volume back up a little bit. There we go. December 18th, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 5. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Oh, hey, did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you better watch out, okay? She is not having any of this. You should really read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Huh? Oh, poor Apollo. It's all my fault. Ina! Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. We found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. No, he's dead. That's why the next game's called Spirit of Justice, because it's his spirit defending from beyond the grave. See? Is Miss Woods all right, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. Because she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. If I were her, I wouldn't rest on that sofa. That's an easy way to get yourself bonked in the head with a fire extinguisher. Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Oh? Guess I could see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who, me? Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who've studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions, too. Somehow I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. Doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. But who in the world would do such a thing, Mr. Wright? Just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo. Now, Athena, I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I'm I'm just as upset as you are. Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit. Now let's see. Better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. Wait, widget emotes in matrix color, so despite her being able to read everyone else, Athena herself is also an open book. Yep. Assaulted during the trial yesterday. Thankfully, he's going to be okay, but he's still undergoing hospital. He's still at the hospital undergoing treatment. Excuse me. Earth to Mr. Wright. I'm ready whenever you are. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. You bet. With everything that happened with Apollo, I don't have time for a proper investigation. Can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right, for Miss Woods' sake and Apollo's, too. December 18th, 9:50 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 5. Excuse me. Day 2. Court is now in session. All rise! Just saw her flash a victory sign, but Widget turned blue, purple, indigo. The bluer colors, like her default blue is happy. It's not the same as the Mood Matrix. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution's ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. Ha, looks like the prosecution's just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. A separate matter, you say, and what might that be? I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh, why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault. Oh, 3D! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the incident under the deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. Diagram the courtroom as it was when Apollo was discovered after the assault. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? Now I'm speaking on the behalf of that Payne needs to shut the hell up. Gaspin really got hit with the I'm just disappointed, yeah. I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely, and so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of the rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Objection!
Junie would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that. Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. Ahem. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday... Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well, bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand once again. Gaspin Payne, if you would stoop to the level of accusing the defendant of a charge outside the scope of the investigation, you are unfit to stand in this courtroom. Well, they're trying to make it inside the scope of the investigation. I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop. Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 at Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good, good. If you would then, please testify about what happened to the court. Alone with Apollo. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man.
Thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. He may look a little imp at times, but Apollo could be really nice, too. Hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something? What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think. Oh, new evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection!
Just as I thought. There is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. No, I never...
Objection!
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof of her foul deed here in the courtroom ruins. What on earth? Do you see it there in front of Mr. Justice's right hand? Witness the message he left for us. I mean, we could just ask Apollo if he wrote that. He's not dead. It's written in blood. Whoa, W-O-O-D-S. Why isn't that... That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of the attacker before he fainted. Apollo's assault photo added to the court record. The bloody writing is also visible. No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey. Whoops. Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. We discovered Apollo yesterday. Apollo? No. Ah! We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena's scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. Couldn't investigate anything ourselves, and we had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Well, shit, man. Alone with Apollo. If he was losing consciousness, the brain would be shutting down to conserve energy. He wouldn't be able to write the name. I mean, that's neither here nor there. We've done this killer writes the name out before they die thing so many times in the series. Apollo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together. When I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony, Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom 4. So I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
Hold it!
Better not ask her about Apollo. I know. I'll use some small talk here to get her to relax a bit. Yeah, the number. Do you have any hobbies, Mr. Woods? Mr. Woods. I keep thinking of the fucking interview. Mr. Woods! Yeah, 11037. It's funny because I've never played Danganronpa 1. I've seen a whole playthrough of it, but I never streamed it. I only streamed 2 and Ultra Despair Girls, and I will stream a V3 at some point, but I don't know when. I've been promising a V3 stream for literal years at this point. Well, I hear Juniper's father liked golf a whole lot. No, but I'm thinking of Elijah Wood in the in that interview with what's his name? Dominic Mahonigan? The guy, he was in Lost too. He was Charlie in Lost. Which is honestly where I know him from, because I never really... Like, I've seen The Lord of the Rings, but, like, not in full. And it was never really my thing. Do you have wigs? Maybe. Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit. I like sewing, too. I made this outfit myself. Keep it up, Mr. Wright. It's working. Now ask her if she has a crush on anyone. Is there anyone in particular you like right now?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, what the fuck are you doing? Is this question even remotely related to this case?
To this case? Not really? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking questions unrelated to the case at hand. Sorry, Your Honor. -1 to brownie points.
Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you were telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice.
Hold it!
So you think Mr. Justice is kind?
Yes, very kind. He rescued me. He's like the sun, strong and warm. Makes me feel strong, too.
The only adjectives I associate with the sun are sweltering and oppressive.
But then Apollo got hurt, and it's all my fault. Junie, Apollo's going to be fine. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't just drop out of the sky. You really think he'll be fine? But the sun does go down at night. That means Apollo could...
Mr. Payne, I do not think much of men who make young ladies cry.
Look, it's obvious Junie didn't attack Apollo. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Right, I agree. They must have gone to look for Bum Rap Riney together. But why do they need to find it so badly that they go through all that trouble? Better try to find out more.
Objection, leading witness speculation. She was stabbed more severely than she was hit in the head. If she wasn't unconscious, she'd be able to get up and just run from Leo. Oh yeah, we're talking about, Danganronpa now.
Hold it!
Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins?
Went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing.
Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4?
I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bum Rap Riney. He was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I could put things in, you see.
And Phony Fanty has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted.
Put my medicine in for my coughing fits inside Bum Rap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me in spite of all his injuries. Apollo was so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest.
The way she makes him sound, you think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Like some ancient sun god, maybe. Oh, wait. So that's why you went to the ruins. I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods.
Apollo started looking for Bum Rap Riney near the witness stand where there was no rubble.
I guess there wasn't rubble there.
Hold it!
The area around the witness stand, are you sure about that?
I'm sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her. Must not upset her.
Yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first.
I mean...
Oh wait, no. That's rubble right there. I was like, well, what is this then? Is this the stand? This is the witness stand. You stand there, and I'm like, oh wait, no, that's a piece of the rubble.
Objection!
So he started his search with the witness stand, you say?
That's right. Guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and strong.
But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that.
But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he is really brave, and kind, too.
No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo here. What you were claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone could be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright. True, anyone could be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how is it possible to walk up to the witness stand?
Oh!
I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around it.
Such a tiny inconsistency. Does that even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it.
Great, now I'm not so sure what it matters.
A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know.
But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor. So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? Have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled-back version of the photo I presented before. Hall's assault photo updated in the court record. The bomb case was there. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, is that metallic object in the photo Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there some problem? Ah, yes, the transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. Why did I suddenly get younger for a minute there? Must have been there ever since. Oh, that's it! Miss Woods, have you remembered something? Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before. Its position? The position of what? The position of that big metal thing. The bomb transport case? Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand. I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it? As I recall, it was more to the right. To the right? And that means... In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack. In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack? Who cares where the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing to... Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear. What? Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Alright, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack.
Take that!
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's...
Inconceivable!
Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yes, that's where it was.
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. The transport case was in that position at the time of the assault. And no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left the bloody writing.
Objection!
Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different spot? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Wood's testimony alone.
What? And where's this proof you're talking about?
It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in this photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault? The marks on the floor, specifically on Apollo... Oh, yeah! Apollo's, bandage. You could see one of the movement marks over the bandage.
Take that!
Please take a look at the marks that run over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved.
What?
Just as Miss Woods said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left the message in blood.
Oh! You did it, boss. It was a real nail-biter, but you pulled it off.
Yep, that should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Order in the court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. No, that was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that.
Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggy vibe coming off of you. Ugh.
I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did? Huh?
What? Oh.
like I should have taken care of that last train of thought through to the last station. Looks like I should have taken that train of thought through to the last station. Well, I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it? Ah, this feeling. It brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin. Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kinda makes you sound no better than a 2-bit con man. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence. Hey, until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster. What now, boss? I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner.
But he didn't bluff. He was saying exactly what was happening in the photo. We saw the bandage was run over. It's not a lie. Also, this zoom in.
Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way to the truth somehow. Who could have written that message in the blood?
The culprit, Apollo, someone else.
If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left the bloody message?
Take that!
To be honest, I don't have any real proof of this. But I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean... Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm who left behind this message in blood. What?
What? Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here?
Not really.
Objection!
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left a message to throw people off, it might have made sense.
At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message.
Uh-oh.
Ah, I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive. Suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case.
But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There's no connection between the two whatsoever. They had never even met each other.
That's very true. Well then, let's see. And maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended meaning? Not what it appears to be. Maybe the message was not intended to be woods. Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. Wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning? Yes, Your Honor. For something I pulled out of a wormhole, could turn out to be true, right?
Objection!
It clearly says woods, as anyone can plainly see. What other meaning could it possibly have?
Objection!
But Candace Arm was a detective. Maybe woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think of that.
You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends, and as you may have already guessed, there's no such radio code as woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright.
Damn, Japanifornia does not have woods. Is that a fact? Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes. Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must end things here. No, please wait, Your Honor. Very well, but before I discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing? Well, I believe it's... And no stalling! You can't come up with an answer quickly. I will declare this discussion officially over. I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language? Or maybe it's a code. Think, Phoenix, you could do this! Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word woods really means? W-O-O-D-S. What's behind... And there's a little bit... You'll notice... A little bit cut off there. So there's something else after the S. But also... DS something... That's not an S. That might be a 5, and that last thing is an R. So this might be L100. So OO as the two letters, as the two O's in woods, and then L and 1
So if we remove that one line right there in the direct middle of the screen, that would make L1001SR, which is the bomb transport case. 15R, excuse me. It's hard to tell, but the S is supposed to be like a 5. Yeah, like you could see, like the top of the S does look different enough.
Take that!
The bomb transport case. I've had it up to here with their shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar? L100. What does that have to do with anything? Humph. Look at those numbers. Possibly have to do with the case at hand. Now please look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo. Oh, I think I see it. That a girl. That's one on my side. It says Woods. Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character is in a W. It's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros. Oh, my goodness. The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Woods' name. It's the number engraved on the bomb transport case.
Objection!
What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. Next number's a 1, but the bloody writing says D.
Objection!
But the number in the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the numbers on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. Erase 2 lines. Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the curved part of the D. Oh, would you look at that? Leois. No, Your Honor, it isn't meant to be read as a word. It's the number L10015, which if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case. And think about it. Think about what Mr. Tonate said at the beginning of the trial. He did not know, he and Candace did not know each other at all, meaning Candace probably didn't know how to spell his name, so she wrote his identification number that was on the bomb case, because she knew that the bomb case belonged to Mr. Tonate. So the logic's matching up here.
Objection!
Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say? Well, I could change anything into anything else by simply erasing 2 lines. What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy as Mr. Wright? Well, would you, Mr. Wright? The only right spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people.
What?
The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number. Whoever assaulted Mr. Apollo changed the message. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us? Good question. What does this number represent? Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could have only had one purpose. No! To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing. Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit of the victim, which the victim was trying to identify, is none other than Gasp in Pain. No, it's Ted Tonate.
Take that!
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing. Ted Tonate? Apparently disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime.
Objection!
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? He's got a good point there. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? That only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other. Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains, she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number.
Objection!
Love this pursuit theme, by the way, it's so good. Now just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. Detective Arm had left a message, it should have been found at that time.
Objection!
Naturally, Mr. Tonate hid it before anyone could discover it, and there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. What? Mr. Tonate was able to cover up the message because he was the first to find the body. First person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tonate himself. When Mr. Tonate saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure. Oh, so that's why the message in blood was under the transport case. He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So his letters lived on to serve another function. But Mr. Tonate used them in another incident. Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice. Exactly. Mr. Tonate hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice had wrote it, by adding 2 lines of the writing that Detective Arm left behind. He changed the meaning of the whole message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack. So that means the only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tonate. Order in the court. Order, I say. Looks like we'll have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tonate take the witness stand. Yes, Your Honor. His reactions are incredible, yeah. That was great, Mr. Wright. Just doing what I do best, which is flying by the seat of my pants. Finally drawn Mr. Tonate back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart. What's up with his hair? It's a toupee. It's a piece. It's referencing how his brother... So his brother had hair in the flashback in Ace Attorney 3, which Mia made him lose because he beat him so badly his hair fell out. And then he was bald for the rest of the series. And now they introduced his younger brother, who's clearly wearing like a piece, like glued down to the top of his head. Mr. Tonate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all laughable.
Objection!
I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tonate. The message in blood matches your ID number. The same ID number that's there in that bomb transport case. Such a far-fetched theory. No better than a tangled ball of wires. I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You were the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left her message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then used it again later. I see, ×2. But then let me ask you, do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message? That's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Wright? Best way to prove that Detective Arm wrote the message is to analyze the DNA. Your Honor, I requested a DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Once we know who it is, it'll be obvious as to who wrote the message. Very well. Bailiff, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. Yes, Your Honor. It'll be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness. I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defense's theory is. After the explosion. I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion, but there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there is no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on the rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found.
So you're saying the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Precisely. It is as plain as day that she could not have written it. It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance to the courtroom. Please have a look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's blood in the rubble near the victim's body. Thanks, Dexamith, for the follow. I appreciate that. Excuse me, hiccup. She must have died after hitting her head there. Crime scene photo of the aftermath of the courtroom number 4 bombing and the victim. I see. Alright then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. You have what it takes to take my infallible testimony apart? They keep the little cut-ins there. I think this is the game where they started doing the cut-ins on the same screen. I wonder if they didn't fix that in the original trilogy with that update. Sorry, 1 second. Forward that so the music starts playing.
What?
Oh, sorry. Loaded up, I like looking at the channels of the people who give me follows. It's cool. It's good to see what people are about. He's asking to take his theory apart. How would he be telling the truth? You can't unravel the truth. He's egging him on, which is really stupid. Why would he give Phoenix that hint in the first place? First one seen after the explosion, but there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there's no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head in the rubble and dead near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found. The victim's body and the writing are several yards away from each other. No way she could reach. Quite the conundrum. So that means something is off somewhere. There must be a contradiction. Maybe the body was moved? But that doesn't explain how blood got into the rubble. What if it were done by the real culprit after the fact? If that's the case, then something about that might contradict the evidence we have. What if it was done by the real culprit after the fact? Blood in the rubble. Wait, huh?
Hold it!
Actually, don't remember this. You were able to tell this even with those goggles on? With these goggles, there is no way I could have missed something like that. I could see quite well with them. In fact, I could see every hair on your spiky head. Oh, you have a few grays, Mr. Wright. What? Poor Mr. Wright, you're always working so hard, keeping our office together. No detective is slumped up against the rubble. Wait a minute, I don't have any gray hairs. Just kidding.
Objection!
I object to the witness's attempt to prematurely give me gray hair. Mr. Tonate, the court frowns upon untoward comments on a person's hair, or lack thereof. Sensing a great wave of sorrow coming from the judge. My apologies, Your Honor. May I please continue my testimony?
Hold it!
If she didn't write it, then who do you propose did? Mr. Justice, of course. Just before dying, he wrote the name of his attacker, Juniper Woods. A final message from your poor subordinate. Poor Mr. Justice. I'm starting to get all misty-eyed. Apollo is not dead, folks. So how could you be so sure it wasn't Detective Arm who wrote the message? It is very simple. She had struck her head in the rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found.
Hold it!
Why were you the first person on the scene? To secure the area. It is regulation for bomb disposal specialists to enter first. I mean, that makes sense after an explosion. In other words, you had the opportunity to alter the bloody writing then, didn't you? Well...
Objection!
Mr. Wright, please do not interrupt. Mr. Tonate is about to give testimony that will show you just how wrong your reasoning is. Darn, I think he was just about to say something interesting, too.
When I went in and saw the aftermath, well, it was quite the disaster. But there was no bloody writing there at the time. That doesn't always instant when hit with a when injured in the head, because if you're struck a certain way, still completely move around and process the world around you for a good minute and a half or so, or sometimes even up to an hour, because the body's still in a state of adrenaline and processing the pain. Yeah, but in Ace Attorney rules, when someone gets bashed hard enough in the head to die, usually it's almost instantaneous. There was no bloody writing there at the time. Some blood on her shirt. Most of your family are doctors and EMTs. Very, admirable career paths in life. Actually, don't remember this. She's too far away from where the bloody message was found. She struck her head in the rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. Is there like an inconsistency between that photo and her autopsy report? Oh, the blood in her shirt's there. Earring is still there. I mean, like, is there no blood in that piece? But the rubble is too zoomed in. You can't really tell. There's no blood in her fingers either. Maybe she moved herself after wiping it off her finger? I don't think that's the case here. Too far away from where the bloody message is found. Her expression and the position of her head are different. Well, to be fair, the angle of this is way different. Like, look, this is going from the top down, whereas this is clearly taken from the front. So I don't think her position is different between these two photos. I actually don't remember this. It's something very obvious, and I'm not picking it up. Anyway, there's no way a detective arm could have written it. Something is off. There must be a contradiction. Maybe the body was moved. Explain how the blood got into the rubble. Something about it might contradict the evidence we have if the blood was added afterwards. Oh! The blood is around the corner of this. So if this is correct, she would have split her head open when she hit the corner of that piece of wood, or piece of concrete. But this says head caused by impact with a flat object.
Objection!
There we go. It was the consistency of where the blood was compared to how she actually died. You're a terrible liar, Mr. Tonate. That one's actually pretty tricky for a first case, question. Take a look at this autopsy, specifically the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to the back of the head caused by impact with a flat object. Yes, what about it? Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed. Oh, look, it's Karma when he gets flustered. He key smashes. Hey, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Low-key, you're craving chicken tenders, but it's too late at night to make chicken tenders. But chicken tenders... I had 4 pieces of chicken nuggets with my dinner tonight. Pretty good. I had what is it? Spicy buffalo sauce. So good. Just like your hair. That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance. Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body? That's exactly what I'm claiming. Victim hit her head at some other location. Most likely on the floor, some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In that case, she definitely could have written that message. Your Honor, I have the results of the bloodstain analysis. Oh, very good timing. Let's take a look. According to this report, the message was indeed written in Detective Arm's blood. And as the defense claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear the defense's assertion is correct after all. The report proves that the writing was done in Detective Arm's blood. Bloody writing analysis added. Yes, you did it. You were right, boss. Now I have to drive it home. DNA analysis confirms that definitely proves that the blood of the writing to be that of the victim, Candace Arm, age 27. However, the lines that were added later were found to be written in the blood of Apollo Justice, age 23. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. 1-1. Mr. Tonade, it's now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself. Fine, I will confess. You will? But then why are you so calm? This time I will tell the truth. He assembles another bomb. The truth. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. I see, so it's your assertion that you merely moved the body, is it? That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm. Oh, well, if that's all you did, then wait a minute. That in of itself is a criminal act. Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor. Very well, then. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright.
Hold it!
L10015R, and it was written after the bomb went off in the courtroom. Correct. I didn't know why she would write it, so that sent me into a panic. Sounds like you were in quite a tizzy. If I were in his shoes, I guess it would have been psyched me out, too. Can't imagine coming across the message Sykes written in blood. If I saw gasp in pain written in blood, it'd certainly make me gasp. Rest assured, Mr. Tonade, I understand how you must have felt. And so you discovered your ID number written in blood at the scene, and... That is right. I saw it with my own eyes. It clearly said L10015R. Har har. But the R is missing there. There's a piece of rubble just gone.
Objection!
I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is what you really saw written in blood. Yes, it very clearly said L10015R. But that's odd, because that's not what I see.
Objection!
What on earth are you babbling on about now? Wasn't it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place? Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, what is it? Does it really say L10015R? Oh! Eep! Eep. Oop. Something's missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tonate? Oh, right, now I remember. There was no R on the end. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad. Come back, my beautiful contradiction. Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? I sense that he's extremely agitated, almost panicked. He does look pretty flustered. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know, did he really just make a typo? What about the R? Did Mr. Tonate really see it? He thought he saw an R. He actually saw it. Yo, his ass totally saw it. Mr. Tonate really did see the R. But there's no R in this bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take another good look at the photo, I think maybe... That's it! What is it now, Mr. Wright? You trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel? I've got it. So that's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tonate really did see the letter R. But the photo clearly shows that there is no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tonate actually could have seen the R. If you're going to make that claim, then you'd better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R?
Take that!
Right there. There. Please look right here, to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it, just on the edge of where the floor is broken up. That's the R Mr. Tonate saw.
Objection!
It's true that the witness wears some very, very odd goggles. That doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you?
Objection!
But what Mr. Tonate saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole and complete R written there. Before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh, well, that explains it, huh? Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order. Yep, because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written on turns everything about this case around. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? Before the explosion. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that. We could only conclude that it was written before the explosion. But that's ridiculous! If that was true, it overturns your own premise. That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. Order! Order in the court! What kind of preposterous claim is that? You've forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
True, but consider this scenario. She was hit in the head and killed before the explosion, or before the trial even began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could be made to look like she was the victim of the blast.
What?
Sounds like we'd better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial? Let's see, according to the police report... here it is, one person. One person saw the victim before the trial. And that person was... Ted Tonate. Wait, what? No one besides Mr. Tonate saw the victim. That appears to be the case, Your Honor. There's a bombing. Wouldn't she have burns, other injuries besides the head injury? I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tonate's words from yesterday. Oh my! Mr. Tonate, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. And with the 2 PQ. Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony from Mr. Tonate. Wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial. Mr. Tonate, your testimony, please. My testimony? There is no need for... He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head. Because all I did was transport the bomb to the 3 courtroom. I already told you. I will cast. Notices your bomb. Wow. Again, it's just Karma key smashing. Which Karma was here? I think he's playing VR chat. Yeah, he's playing VR chat. Blast this thing! I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not? Well, you tell me to shut the fuck up. Why? The hell did I do? In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit the murder, didn't you? You always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright. What now, Mr. Payne? Yes, Mr. Toadate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm. And type that on your life. What? Alright, whatever. Just watch yourself. But an important piece of your assertion is missing. What important piece? The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim? Are you watching me without headphones on? It's not a smart idea. Mr. Payne has a point. Even if Mr. Toadate had the chance, without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime. Well, Mr. Toadate? Oh, yes, that's right. I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Arm. Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report. Hoping there's something in here that I could point us in the right direction. Great, the first boss has a second phase. Well, they all have the second phase. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you need is a flat surface, right? A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface that could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what it was used to kill Detective Arm? I believe I can. Believe being the key word here. You can? Then please do so now. What did Mr. Toadate have that could be used as a murder weapon? The missing remote. No. The bomb itself. The bomb was 12 pounds, and it was 10 inches in each direction, with a 5/16 inch alloy plating. That could probably kill someone if you wham them over the head with it. And then he detonated it to cover up the evidence.
Take that!
Mr. Toadate, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing. What? What the devil are you talking about? You had this. That's the bomb. I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast. The bomb blast, no, but I believe Candace Arm was killed with this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head. Gah! Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to the back of the head caused by impact to the flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern. Ugh. 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 What's with them? Then show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb? He's right, I don't have anything decisive. Did you find the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof. But too bad, the bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom! Game over. Yeah! Ugh. Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo? I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken there. Did you know I had that on my soundboard, Ephraim, or were you just saying that because it reminded you of the Sega Rally Game Over? Peanut this side is just like he's pulling all this out of his ass, and he's still right about it. Yeah, so you guys know what you're thinking of. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head. Definitely a distinct possibility. Might have remembered it. Oh, unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count. I guess you're right. By setting off the bomb, Tonate managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? I also have this. That is so damn loud. That's on NSO Online. I should play that. Blast Core. At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for the things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Tonate murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tonate had to hide.
Take that!
Remote switch? Your Honor, please take a look at this. Oh, never mind. The fact that Mr. Tonate hid this makes it decisive evidence for my case. Not sure I really understand what you mean by that, Mr. Wright. I'm not sure either, Your Honor. Me either. Here's a penalty to inspire you to make more comprehensible assertions in the future. Oh, that was a spectacular belly flop. But I can't back down now. Better reconsider what Mr. Tonate really could have hidden. Bloody writing, of course.
Take that!
Damn it. Oh god, sorry, I'm really itchy. I'm like scratching my face a lot. What he had to hide, that wouldn't be the transport case, would it? Or maybe it would.
Take that!
Because there's ID numbers on it. Nope. Today murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb. That means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. Oh, it was the bomb itself.
Take that!
No, it wasn't. What the hell is wrong with me? The body itself.
Take that!
Also, he said present the photo. I'm such an idiot. Your Honor, there's something we've all been overlooking. The murder took place before the trial, and Mr. Tonate would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right, and if we could figure out where the hiding place was... Exactly. Might be able to find some evidence we could pin him down with. So where could Mr. Tonate have hidden the body during the trial? The bomb transport case. Wait, a box big enough for a body. A box that was inside the courtroom the whole time. A box that nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tonate. What is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again? You heard me. Now, show me what's inside that bomb transport case. What? Why? No, there's no need. Got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly, you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer is right there. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating that could withstand any impact. No, that's completely false. If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case.
So let's open it up and take a look inside, shall we? Let's not. Not if you value your life. What is he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. What? Huh? I repeat, this HH-3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. Mr. Tonate, are you threatening me? Hehehe. I am the only one who could disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. But Mr. Tonate, didn't you say that's just a training model? A fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH-3000. But the HH-3000 was used to blow up the courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH-3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one. One that I made. What? Then are we to take that as confession on your part? Take it any way you would like. Just before the trial, I took the HH-3000 out of its stuffed animal and put my own bomb into it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed the courtroom number 4. Mr. Tonate, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? The HH-3000, it is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. So, I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH-3000 in there? I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check. So there really is a possibility that the bomb was switched out? No, not a possibility. A certainty. I did it. So we had a real bomb with them this whole time? You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time. Order in the court. I'm out of here. It's gonna blow. Run! You 4 are still here. Well, aren't you brave? It just wouldn't do for the judge presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day. The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Payne... that is... Ah! And he's off. Mr. Wright, what do we do? It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? But the bomb might really go off. Only 3 more minutes, folks. Is that bomb really the HH-3000? What should I do? Run like a yellow-bellied chicken. Stand my ground. No, I can't do that. I can't run. Not now. There's already a yellow-bellied bird in this courtroom. Mr. Wright, that look on your face. You weren't thinking of running away like a yellow-bellied chicken, were you? Boss, I would never expected that from you. I thought about it for a second. Unacceptable, Mr. Wright. If you think about running away again, I'll be forced to throw you out of this courtroom. Wish you would, Your Honor. You better reconsider my next course of action. What should I do? I like you could just loop back to that spot. I can't run now. Well, it's been fun, but I will be going now. With my dear HH-3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb could still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. Farewell.
Hold it!
You're not going anywhere, Ted Tonate. Oh. Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure, Mr. Wright? More of your famous bluffing. Even at the risk of your own life. Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now. Not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here. I'm not bluffing, and I have proof. You do? Yes, of course, Your Honor. Incidentally, you showed up to a yellow bird stream while pondering a blue bird form for yourself. Oh, nice. Be a blue nerdy birdie, like Birdly.
Noelle, will you be my player too? It's right here in the photo of the bomb, clear as day. Proof that Mr. Tonate's bomb is not the real HH-3000. Really? Out with it then, immediately! Where's the proof that what Mr. Tonate is holding is not the real HH-3000? The cracked, display, right? The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo was broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Tonate used the bomb to attack Detective Arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Oh, you're right! Therefore, it's not the real HH-3000. Mr. Tonate was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb and the stuffed animal. The real HH-3000 blew up courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Gah! Fear not, Your Honor. I'll examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself. Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright. No! Stop! It's blood. What is that? Is that a blood stain? Just as I expected. Your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tonate. I'm confident DNA analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood. And that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. Get ready. So this is the first 3D Phoenix Wright game, or Ace Attorney game. So they go all out with the breakdowns. How about it, Mr. Tonate? Think you could dismantle this decisive evidence? Dismantle it? You're too late! You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time! This HA-3000's about to explode! Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tonate. I've already proved that your bomb is a fake. It's real! This bomb is the real thing, I tell you! It's real! Mad Bomber, party of one. There's no time left. It's going to blow! I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Dismantle, 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 dismantle. I'm not gonna make it! Only one thing left to do! Stop! Chin destroyed. Made it! Game over. Dismantled. Attempt. Failed. It's all over. My life has been blown to pieces. Yeah, it's with this dismantle attempt failed. I don't know why the game speeded through that. I should see if I could fix that. Hold on. Text skip. Enter or disable the skipping of unread text in the main game. I'm gonna turn that off and see if that's okay now. Oh no, I can't even make the lines appear quicker. Well, whatever. I'm gonna keep it off because I seem to accidentally be skipping a couple lines here. Now that I think about it, stopping at O2 might have been a shout-out to an old anime. Really? Which one? It makes me think of the Battle Network anime, when Land stops the train from impacting the wall, and it says like 15 centimeters away, like a little pop-up appears. It's all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed on the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? Gotcha, man, because the final episode of the character stopping a bomb at 2 seconds, that, you know, that could very well be an intentional reference then. She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault!
While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean it up. And now all this. I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. And that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. After my testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4 and found that kid all but my bomb transport case. That's when I snuck up behind him, and BAM! And when the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could pin it all on her. Why? Oh, why? Ted Tonate, you are hereby under arrest on suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice. Your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper Woods' verdict. Not guilty! Pain, that coward, yeah. Yes, this is the new thing the 3D games do. They zoom in on the benches during the celebration. Court is adjourned. December 18th, 12:31 p.m. District Courtroom. Okay, this is going really slow. Defendant lobby number 5. You did it, boss. Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off somehow. The text it's moving too slow. No, I gotta keep the skip on. I'll just be more careful about not accidentally skipping the lines of text. So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing. Just sort of worked out that way, didn't it? That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of there. That was great. Mr. Wright, Dina, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace. I hope the both of you will come and visit me there sometime. That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation. I don't know, Mr. Wright. Not so sure you can make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie? Around 3,000 feet, I think. What? That's no forest, that's a mountain. But you know, boss, there's something about this that's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving. Oh, that? Yeah, I was wondering about that, too. Is this the unsolved mystery you were talking about? Missing remote switch. It was stolen just before the blast and is now missing.
Take that!
The remote switch, right? Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tonate just got rid of it somewhere. Yeah, it is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict. Guess you're right. Hey, I know. Junie, shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone? Okay. Huh? Her grandmother? No, silly, to Apollo. Oh, right. Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him? Great idea. Bet he's bored out of his mind. Gonna head to bed. Sorry for your roommate's BS. Oh, it's okay. As long as it was actually your roommate and not you. Also, I'm gonna stop as soon as this case is over in like a minute. So we're good. Okay. And so the courtroom bombing case came to a close. But the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office. That's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. Captain, anyway, at least that's what I believed. Where's my PNG tuber been for like the last 20 minutes? But all of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Date unknown. Time unknown. Right? Anything. Agency. I have to put it away again because it's animated.
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Oh, yeah, right. I put it away during the breakdown. Alright, that's fine. Whatever.
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since... Damn it! No! Fucking text skip. It should only be allowed to progress the message boxes. What happened to you, Apollo? Wait, what? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. We had tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature. End. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight. Pretty cool. Pretty good start to this. So, next time, the unofficial Toho crossover, yeah. So, these costumes were originally DLC, and they're thankfully included in this, you know, just with the game. I will use these. I will show off all of them at some point. Phoenix gets his old school suit from the old games. He also gets the college sweater from the first case of the third game. Apollo gets street clothes. Weird thing about these street clothes, they can only be used outside of the final case, of the first case and the final case, I think. Because whenever Apollo is wearing the bandage over his eye, or the jacket over his shoulders, it's counted as a different character model, so it doesn't replace these for some reason. And Phoenix gets an Academy uniform, which we'll be hearing about Themis in another case in this game. But yeah, just fun costumes. So, next time, we'll start Episode 2. Again, as I mentioned, I'm going to do the cases in storyline order, so after Episode 2, we're going to do the DLC episode, and then we'll do 3, 4, and 5. Because again, just doing the special episode at the end doesn't feel right. It's fine for Spirit of Justice, because that's where it actually takes place, but for this game, it goes between these two. So, I'm gonna break the mold on how everyone generally plays this game and do that case when that case actually comes up. It's nice, too, because it kind of, like, eases into some of the stuff that comes up later. Where's my mouse? There it is. Anyway, what you're hearing right now is Athena's objection theme. All the characters now get different objection themes. Apollo gets a remix of his from the previous game. Phoenix's, as you heard, is a remix of his from the third game, which is cool. I'm glad they referenced that song, because it's one of the better ones. Well, I mean, they're all pretty good, but it's interesting that they referenced the latest one for him instead of the first one, like a previous game did. But yeah, more Ace Attorney in the near future. We'll probably do episode 2 Monday or Tuesday. We'll see we'll feel it out. We'll vibe it out and see what we're doing that day. Tomorrow night, I'll be back with more Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension. And we'll also talk about some other stuff Capcom's doing. But for now, I'm gonna close it up. I need to eat something and take a shower and go to bed. I think I have stuff I have to do tomorrow. If you want to watch more streams, you can check out twitch.tv/team/littlespace. There is absolutely no one streaming there except me right now. Like, normally I say, like, oh, it's the same couple people. But right now, team is absolutely empty outside of myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and just raid someone on my list here. Who's streaming right now? Twitch does not load quickly. Okay, anyway. Mr. Shasta is playing Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga Randomizer. Ooh, cool. Let's give them a raid. Stick around, say hi, have a great weekend. I will see you tomorrow night with Pokemon. Take care, everyone. Good night.